Hey, my YouTube friends and family. Hey, I'm back with another video. Hey, we're going to be doing a video on a cut of beef called Picanha, or sirloin cap. This cut of beef is typically used in your Brazilian steakhouses in a C shape where they slice it off and it's so delicious. So today we're going to get into that cut of meat. But first, this video today is sponsored by Smokin Pecan. Smokin Pecan is a pellet company out of Louisiana. They produce amazing pellets. These pellets are 100% pecan shell pellets, not from the wood of the tree, but from the shell of the tree. Smoke, it's mild, it's not overpowering, it's versatile across all types of meat. Well, your main poultry is beef, chicken, and pork. They are 100% made in the USA. But these pellets are amazing. You can't go wrong with using these Smokin Pecan pellets. I'll have a link in my description box letting you know how to get in touch with Smokin Pecan so you can order your own. And I'm going to tell you what, you can't go wrong with doing that. So when I get my picanha set up and everything on my board for prep, I'll bring you back. All right, folks, I'm back. As you can see here, I got my picanha here, as you can see on the packaging. It comes from Porter Road. Porter Road is a company out of a butcher shop out of Nashville, but they ship nationwide. Very good meat. They didn't supply me with this, so I purchased this with my own money. So Porter Road, check it out. I'm here for you. But I'm going to get this picanha open. As you can see, it's sort of the shape of it. I'm going to get it open here. Nothing to it. It's a beautiful cut of meat. Oh yeah. Get this all closed up here. Got me some paper towels to pat this dry to get it cleaned off. And also, disposable cutting boards, folks. It'll save you a lot of cleanup. You can search on Amazon, different types, come with their own box and their own cutter. Save you a lot of cleanup time. You just take it when you're done and throw it right away. All right. Just get this wiped off a little bit more. Dry it off. Uh-huh. All right. Okay. All right, folks. This cut of meat, some people, it's not a lot of trimming that you do to it. Typically, they come trimmed up real nice. You just might see some little silver skin here and there, but this fat cap right here, you leave it intact. This is not hard fat. This fat will render during this short cook, but if you hold on to it and rub it, you can see the fat starts to melt right on if you look at that, you can see that the fat starting to melt right on my thumb. So folks, don't trim this. This is good fat to have with this steak, okay? With this cut of meat. Now, how we're going to cut this into steaks, you see the grain of this steak is running across this way. So what we want to do is cut with the grain so that when we cut the steak after we cook it, we'll be cutting across the grain with the bite so we can get the most tender bite. So we're going to get this cut up into steaks, folks. And then once I get these cut up into steaks, I'll bring you right back. All right, folks, I'm back. As you can see, I got this picanha cut up into steaks. And if you look at how beautiful these steaks are, folks. Look at that beautiful marbling inside. Beautiful steaks. You see how that fat cap lays on there? It is just a beautiful cut of meat once you get it cut into steaks. Down at the end, you got a little small piece. Hey, we're not wasting nothing. We're going to eat it all. Now, what you going to do, I got some Maldon sea salt flakes. This is a large flake sea salt. I'm prepping these the night before. We're actually cooking these on Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon sometime. But what you want to do, only thing I'm going to season these steaks with is the salt. Nothing else. Nothing to get in the way of this wonderful cut of meat. And this salt here, as you'll be able to see, they are some huge flakes. And what we're going to do is just get these all seasoned up, and we're going to dry brine these overnight in the fridge. And what that's going to do is it's going to draw the salt down into the meat, draw the moisture to the surface. Then after that, it's going to reabsorb that moisture back into the meat. Season this steak all the way through. So I'm going to get these all coated up. I'm going to get both sides all coated. Get the fat coated because we're eating the fat on these too. You're not going to, if you haven't had this, you're not going to believe how delicious the fat is on this cut of steak. So folk, I'm going to finish seasoning these up. And when I get done, I'll bring you back. All right, folk, I'm back. As you can see, I got these steaks all salted. They're coated on both sides, on the fat, on the ends and everything. They're going to go in the fridge overnight to do this dry brine. Like I said, that salt is going to draw that moisture up to the surface. Then it's going to draw it back into the meat so that you're seasoned all the way through that meat. And like I said, this is the only salt that only season we're going to put on this cut of meat. And this brand of salt, Maldon, I found it on Amazon. Try it out. It is a wonderful salt. So folk, it's a sea salt. So folk, when next time you see me, it'll be daylight and we're going to get these steaks going. So folk, hold tight. I'll bring you back much later. Hey, my YouTube friends and family. Hey, I told you, for you, it was a snap that I'm back, but it's been about 9 hours since I last saw y'all. So right here, as you can see, I got these picanha out. Look at the color they got on them now, folks. You see how dark and red, and you know how before you could see the salt? That salt has gone off the surface and it's gone into that meat, folks. So what I've done now, I've had these steaks sitting out for about an hour, coming up to room temperature. I'm going to take them outside. I'm going to get them on my Traeger with those smoking pecan pellets. I'm going to bring them up to like 115, 120 degrees. Then I'm on smoke. Then I'm going to take them off and I'm going to pan sear them up to medium well. And then after that, we're going to take a bite. I also had a Denver steak. This is a nice cut of steak. Denver steak. It also came from Porter Road. I had that. So I said, let me go on and fix that as well. So folk, once I get these on the smoker and get them going, I'll bring you back. All right, folk, I'm back. As you can see, I got these picanha on this Traeger Ironwood XL. I got me a temp probe in one of the thickest ones. I'm going to set a temperature up for 115, probably 120. And then once they reach 120, I'm going to sear them off in the skillet to get them up to the desired temperature I want. So, folks, we're going to get this lid shut and let these come up to temp. Then we're going to bring you back when they come up to temp, folks. So hold tight, and I'll see you soon. All right, folks, I'm back. Hey, as you can see, I got me a pan on this induction burner here. Get ready. The steaks have come up to their desired temperature of 120. As you can see, I got these steaks. They got a pretty color on them, a little red on that smoke from them smoking pecan pellets. I'm going to get them bad boys in the skillet, and we're going to get them seared off, folks. We're going to get them seared off to our desired temperature. As you can see, oh boy, you hear that? Ah, that sizzle. That sizzle, folks. So what we're going to do, we're going to get these all seared off just like this. I'm going to let them go and let them come up to the desired temperature we want, about 135. Then we're going to let them rest. Right now, let's see, we're at like 125. So we got about 10 degrees to go on these. We're going to get them seared up. Once we get them seared up, I'm going to get all of them done. As you can see, I got all these to do. Once I get all these seared up, I'll bring you back, folks. Then we're going to do a taste test. So hold tight. All right, folks, I'm back. Oh, my goodness. Folks, look at these picanha. Look at these picanha. I think I need a little more light. Let's put a little more light on these. Can you see that, folks? That is absolutely beautiful. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sit here and I'm going to get me one of these picanha and I'm going to cut. They've been resting for about 10 minutes. And I'm going to get a cut right into the center of one of these and see what they look like. Oh, man. Look at this cut, folks. Oh, can you see that? Look at that, people. Oh, my goodness. You see the juice wall to wall, that wall to wall medium? I can't wait to cut into this and give it a try. So, folks, man, just hold tight and I'm going to get my daggone screenshot. Then I'll bring you back. All right, folks, I'm back. Man, I got this picanha sliced. Got my brother-in-law in the house again today. He gonna do this taste test with me. Oh, yeah. The color that those smoking pecan pellets put on that meat, now we're gonna see about what the flavor did. So, folks, we're gonna take this taste test. Let's see what we got. Oh, man.
That's good.
That is good. Uh-oh. He saved it. Yes, he didn't drop it. Hey, that smoke flavor, the flavor of that salt has worked through the meat, the taste of it. Folks, hey, get your picanha, get you some smoking pecan pellets, follow this video or do what you like with it. You can't go wrong. So, folks, I appreciate you watching. If you would, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button. I really appreciate you helping me grow this channel. And I'm going to tell you what, like I always say, keep on cooking.
There you go.